why, for anybody out there who's thinking of doing an apprenticeship, why would you recommend them? And what reasons would you give? Like if you were selling them to someone, what would you say?
I actually try and promote this to the teams to coach as well. So I try and just advise that if ever they're struggling in classrooms, there is other ways of learning. So not everyone learns best in a classroom. Some people prefer that practical element, and that's just been, I don't think I would have achieved the same qualifications if I was at college or university, because it just wasn't suited to me. Whereas being able to do an apprenticeship, it just had that perfect blend, and the fact that you were basically doing work that actually mattered, it was actually work that was for an organisation. You know that you have to get work done, and you have to keep upskilling, and having those skills be used in the workplace was just really beneficial to me personally.
Similar to Ben, it's quite rewarding knowing that the skills that you learn and the work that you do really does help people. I think as well, one of the reasons I recommend apprenticeships is because I think as you can take an apprenticeship at any age, but I see a lot of people who finish school and they go to apprenticeship. I think it's a really good thing to do because it teaches you quite early on how to, like financial management, for example, managing organisation, and it's a really good thing as, yeah, hands-on.
I suppose it's getting the experience. So a lot of people, they go to university and they come out with like a really good degree, but they don't have the experience that apprentices have. So I suppose you're kind of getting the best of both worlds, and I'd say an apprentice is probably more likely to be taken on by an organisation because they have the experience there.
And so then to turn that question around slightly, are there any misconceptions about apprenticeships that you'd like to kind of put to bed, or anything that you experienced or felt at the time that you're like, oh no, that's not how it works, that's not how it is?
Certainly from when I was first starting with my apprenticeship, everyone sort of said, no, you're too clever to do an apprenticeship, because at the time it was sort of aimed at factory workers, was more targeted for apprenticeships. I think I was probably at the starting point where that was being transferred into other areas like marketing, like customer support, like IT. So I think the fact that you can do an apprenticeship in anything you want, and you can do pretty much the same level that you could do at a university or college, you could do that in an apprenticeship format. So I think that's probably the one thing for me.
Similar to Ben, everyone says that you're more successful if you go to university, which really isn't true. I think apprenticeships are a brilliant option that a lot more people should consider. Another misconception that I see a lot is apprentices are treated less than other colleagues, which in my team, I feel so embedded with everyone, and everyone treats me like an equal. It's really, really nice.
And do you think you wouldn't have that if you were, say, at a uni where it's very much a, say, lecturer-student dynamic?
Yeah, I agree with that, because obviously there would be that dynamic with a teacher. So I think it is better in apprenticeships because you're all on the same level.